Hi, my name is Bill Bradley. I'm an extreme endurance athlete, and this is my video newsletter. The topic of today's newsletter is the claw. I did a recent swim with some of my friends in San Francisco Bay. Our plan was to swim from the Golden Gate Bridge to down near AT&T Park. And what we were going to do, we had 8 swimmers, and we were going to have 3 clusters of swimmers. So we would have a swimmer, 2 clusters with 3 people in it, and 1 with 2. And you're supposed to stay together with your cluster, relatively close together as you can. And then each cluster had like a kayak or something similar to a kayak. And then we also had a Zodiac raft running around, and we had a big ship. So a pretty safe setup. So anyway, so we started out in my cluster. We started swimming, and I felt good. It was 53-degree water, swimming with no wetsuit, and I felt good. Now, I had not been in that cold of water for over an hour since last year. Really, I didn't do much winter swimming last year, and this year I'm swimming all the way through the winter. It hasn't been a super cold winter, but I'm swimming all the way through the winter, and so it was 53 degrees. And I really hadn't done anything over an hour since my English Channel attempt last year. And so anyway, so when I got in there, I was a little skeptical how long I could last. But anyway, my plan was to last 3 hours. That's what I was shooting to do. And so I remember after an hour or so, we felt good. We're all taking our breaks, and then I got to tell you something funny. So then there was like this regatta of sailboats out there. I don't really know what a regatta is, if it's a sailboat race or what it is, but it's like the biggest regatta that San Francisco Bay has, and we end up in the middle of it. So here we got this little kayak. Our buddy was in the kayak, and these sailboats all are coming by us on every direction. Big ones, little ones, every type of sailboat just cooking by us. And we all get right in single file. We get right behind the kayak, or we're thinking like, act big, act big. But anyway, those sailboaters really knew what they were doing because they didn't really even come close to us at all. But that was kind of a funny experience. And so anyway, so we were swimming, and then after, I don't know, maybe an hour and 45 minutes, one of the guys, he got out. That was all he really wanted to swim, I guess. And so then me and my buddy were still swimming, right? And it came up on 2 hours, right? So we've been in the 53-degree water for about 2 hours now. We're getting real close to the Bay Bridge. And all of a sudden he looks at me and he says, "Bill, I got the claw." I go, "You do got the claw. That looks like a claw." That's what I guess, I don't try and look this stuff up because I don't really want to put it in my head. But you can get that if you're in that cold water that I think the blood is leaving your hands and going to keep your core warm. And so you have no control of your hands anymore, and they claw up. And, geez, I shouldn't know that. Don't listen to that subconscious. But anyway, so he goes, "I got the claw." And I go, "That does look like the claw." And I go, "Keep swimming." But anyway, so he swam about 15 more minutes with the claw, and then he got out. Who could blame him if you're trying to swim with the claw? But anyway, so I want to tell you though, after he told me he had the claw, that screwed with my mind because I felt fine. I felt very comfortable in that 53-degree water. But when he said he had the claw, I just thought, man, the cold, this water must be really cold if he's got the claw. He's got the claw. And so all of a sudden I felt cold. I'm going like, I felt cold. And I thought to myself, I go, "Come on, Bill, you're letting your mind get to you. It's playing tricks on you." And so that was the first thing I said. And then I started thinking to myself, I go, "Okay, I've never had the claw before." And I go, even if I get the claw, I don't have that much longer to swim. I'm into this now about 2 hours and 20 minutes or so. I said, "I'm just going to keep swimming with the claw." And so anyway, so that's what I thought first. And then I said to myself, okay, so the worst case would be that I'm going to have to swim with the claw. And I didn't have to go that much further, so I figured I would just do it. And then I said to myself, okay, now another tool I reached for was that I had swam 10 hours last year. Now, it wasn't 53, but it was between 54 and 55, And so that was in my memory. And, I'd been doing a bunch of swimming in the bay then, so I was really climatized. But that's in my memory, and I'm thinking, okay, I did 10 hours. I swam 10 hours straight in San Francisco Bay. I go, a little bit warmer, but still 10 hours. I said, that's in there. So just relax, just relax, just relax. Just you can do it. And then on top of that, so the third thing I did was I tried to get myself in the moment, in the zone, in the vortex. You try and just, that's when you're really going. So I just looked and I said, man, this is so beautiful here. How lucky are we? We're swimming in San Francisco Bay. I'm swimming in San Francisco Bay. I'm looking up at the skyline of San Francisco. In front of me is the new Bay Bridge, where they got the new remodeled Bay Bridge. The thing is really awesome looking. And behind me is the famous Golden Gate Bridge. I said, how much better does it get? And so I just sat there and just tried to relax, tried to look at the skyline, enjoy it, focus on my stroke. And I was able to relax and get that cold feeling out of me. I got it out of me and I just started swimming. But the only problem was, because we did get that late start, the tide totally changed. I mean, it went, so now it went into a, kind of a slack tide for a while, but now it went, and it was just like coming back this way, and I wasn't moving anymore. So with about 20 minutes to go, they looked at me and they said, Bill, and they got sick of watching me swimming in place like I was on a treadmill. They said, get on the boat. So anyway, so I ended up doing about a 2-hour and 40-minute swim. When I got on the boat, I did not have the claw, so that was like great. I didn't even feel cold. I mean, I wasn't shivering, I wasn't anything. So I considered the swim a huge success. It was really, really fun. The group was great. And anyway, and I'm looking forward to going further the next time. So anyway, I just want to thank you guys. And if you're interested, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter. You can subscribe to my YouTube account. I would really appreciate that. We're trying to get that up. Also, if you have any questions, email me at epicbillbradley@gmail.com and I will answer them. Give me a little bit of time though. And then if you're interested, if you'd like to get information on my speaking to your team, your group, your company, your organization, just also email me at epicbillbradley@gmail.com. Thank you very much.